we got the movie The Map That Leads to You is a romance drama movie releasing exclusively on Amazon Prime Video, hopefully just in time for the end of summer. It stars KJ Apa and Madeline Klein. These two stars are on the rise, so it's cool to see them together. And guess what? It's also based on a book with the same name. The author is J.P. Mongiger. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the author's name right. And I actually do have the book in its entirety, which I did read, which we'll talk about it. Sorry I'm a little bit late with this review. I was sick. Literally the weekend this came out, so I didn't sound well and my mind wasn't right, so I waited until I fully healed. So what happens when you have a perfect, beautiful girl? Heather, played by Madeline Klein, no doubt. Her and her friends go to Europe, right? They journey through the other side of the world before they go back to their jobs in the fall. What they encounter is more what they bargain for when they meet handsome, deviled strangers, handsome gentlemen, whatever you want to call it, waiting to be swept off their feet. How far will the love story go? And the big question is, does it stay true to the book? Because we have it here, and guess what? It's the same freaking poster, so that's cool. Find out as we talk about it. Alright, so this review's gonna a little bit short because I'm a little bit late, and there's not really much to talk about here since the movie's like an hour and 36 minutes. So here's the deal. A month ago, when I saw like the thumbnail for the trailer for the YouTube video, I clicked on it so I can get the characters ingrained in my story. That's just the way I've always done it. If you've been following me for a while, 3 things. I love you, I appreciate you, and I thank you. That's how we do it on this channel. I love romance. I used to go to school before YouTube to get my psychology degree to become a relationship therapist. I dropped out of school so I can focus on YouTube and my full passion and my career and stuff. So that's just my background because I want love to succeed. I know a lot of guys get stigmatized. No. So, all right. So we got the big question. Does the movie stay true to the book? Honestly, yeah, it does. Only changes a couple of key things, which we'll talk about. But that's just like any translation in the book to theaters. And also deleted some things because I think the book took me about like, what, 6-7 hours reading 1 or 2, maybe even 3 chapters a day. And the movie's like an hour and 36 minutes. So it's a brisk, fast-paced speed. So Heather, just like in the book, she's the same person as she was written. She is on a train to Europe with her friends Amy and Constance. When Jack comes in, he starts sleeping on the thing, which is cool. She still has her journal, and she goes back to the fall in the job of New York for Bank of America. Which, 2 things, that's cool because I have my bank as Bank of America, and last October was the first time I actually visited New York, so I can definitely see that. I went for New York Comic Con, and fun fact, I did go inside of a Bank of America. Haha, funny. So Jack is played by KJ Apa, which he's the same thing as in the book. I don't necessarily think he was perfect for this type of role. I mean, yeah, he can do it, but I don't know, I just didn't get the ultimate vibe, which is whatever. He's a young man following the aspirations of his grandfather's journal to its entirety. He doesn't like photos. If you read the book, you know why, and he likes to prefer to live in the moment. So exactly the way he is in the movie is like in the book, which in the book you get more material. Do I think they have chemistry? I think they have enough chemistry to make the relationship and also the movie work. I mean, I don't agree that they have the ultimate best chemistry. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're both attractive people, no homo to JK Appa. And I actually just started seeing Madeline Klein for the first time this year in July for I Know What You Did Last Summer, which, fun fact, I also read that book as well. But JK Appa, I love him. I saw him ever since Riverdale, Songbird, Summer Nights, which was exclusively on Netflix, which I saw that right when the pandemic happened, and also I Still Believe, which that movie came out in theaters. That's right, in theaters, right before the pandemic happened as well. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I did like the book in the beginning. It started to get a little bit boring in the middle, like the salt shed. I'm like, okay, well, the ending started being a little bit cool, but I did like the movie more than the book. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or weird. And I don't know why, the book didn't gravitate towards me. I mean, the book, I can't believe I'm saying that, but most of it, I just found it to be boring. Maybe because it wasn't for me. And usually on this channel, 3 things: I love you and I appreciate and I thank you. We do a lot of books, especially romance. I'm always gonna read romance books that are coming out like as a movie or in theaters. That's the way I like to do it here. I mean, you understand why with my previous background. But maybe it's because I can see it and I can understand it and I can envision the characters, but I did like the movie more than the book. Maybe because I don't really travel a lot. I don't know what it is to go to Europe. I mean, I can envision it. I can watch shows about it. I can watch movies about it. And it's been a while since I've been in love. I know, shocker, right? I mean, it's not because I don't want to. It's just they don't text back. And I digress. I'm going somewhere with this. I've had multiple one-night flings or short months and stuff, but they're just flings. They're not like a full relationship material. So, damn. And it's weird because other romance movies and books really hit close, but I guess this one just wasn't. I don't know. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but, you know, just what it is. And maybe that's why, because I've been gravitated towards it. I don't know what it is to travel, especially with the love of your life, you know, or falling in love. I mean, hopefully I go back to New York in like a month or 2, but still, we'll see if I actually fall in love there. With that being said, I do gotta commend the movie for its amazing cinematography. It's one of the best things about the movie. We get the open, beautiful vistas, the sun hitting the characters, characters carefree with the elegancy of their clothes and stuff, which doesn't feel constricted but moves with the era. You know, the European aspects, the culture, the nightlife. It feels like a warm, gentle summer breeze going into the nighttime on the evening, on summer, fall evening, whatever. That's how it feels like. It's cozy, it feels comfortable, it feels magical in an essence. That's the best way to describe it. So the movie looks great. The crisp, the characters look amazing, and even the things they wear. And also when they're filming in Europe, you get the sense of a resemblance of a different part of a world. So that's pretty cool. So the movie still looks great. Some changes that we'll talk about in the movie. Jack actually tells Heather about the hell scare. I don't remember ever that being in the book. I mean, yeah, there were some hints, especially before the climax, about the chapter of like, and I'm just gonna say words and you're not gonna even, if you didn't read the book or read the movie, you won't understand it. But he looks pale, he's sleeping more, and I'm like, all right, well, out of nowhere for the chapter to just stop dropping these hints, okay, something's going on, and I was right. But still, another thing too is that Amy, she still loses her passport in the beginning. She has a little bit more screen time, which is awesome because Amy is gorgeous. She's like my favorite character of the whole film. She still goes back to the States because they probably wanted to save time on filming and stuff, you know, the characters and stuff. But she still goes back. She's like, oh, partying through Europe after heartbreak isn't the best thing. And Heather and Jack, their first kiss. In the book, it happens, and I'm not trying to spoil it for you, but it happens, you know where. But in the movie, it happens so much later. I'm just like, all right, whatever, you know. And another difference is that Heather tells Jack he's from New Zealand. When isn't he in the book from Vermont? I mean, these are little nitpicks that we're talking about here. Like I wrote them down because I just finished reading the book, and then noting these changes down. Let me know what you think. One of the favorite scenes that I really want to talk about before I end this review is it's around the 1 hour mark, and I timed it correctly. She brings up plans for the future. She says that she needs to have some sort of structure, which is totally like me. I'm an 85% guy that needs a plan and 15% live in the moment. Now, don't get me wrong. When I go out, I can change those plans, but still, I mean, you travel with somebody, you're falling in love with them, you're being in love, you're doing the naughty things, especially in bed. Wouldn't you want them to know, hey, what's gonna happen between us? Let's say I go to New York, right? And I meet Veronica, right? And me and Veronica for a week or 2 weeks, you know, we're slumming it, we're going out, we're going to the rooftop bars, we're going to the concerts, house music, you know, we're eating the pizza, we're eating amazing Japanese food. Let's say that happens, right? Just like in the movie, and the book too. She tells, hey, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna come back to me to New York? Are you gonna, is this just like a 2 week, 3 week, 1 month like fling and then that's it, right? I mean, that's the way I like to live. I need to have some sort of resemblance of structure. Going to the gym, going to work, cleaning, showering. Like I need that. When you, especially with the movies, when I go to the theaters, I don't just go to the theaters and be like, oh, what do I want to watch today? No. Usually when tickets are on sale weeks in advance, I like to buy them because I already know my time and planning. And I just really like that because that's such a relatable thing. It's like, why wouldn't you want to go back to New York? But I don't think Jack said this in the movie. He does say it in the book. And I'm paraphrasing here. Doesn't Jack talk about New York is a prison that we build ourselves in? You remember that? He says that in the book multiple times and they actually got into a fight. And then, I don't know if he says that in the movie, but now that I'm thinking about it, do you really think New York is a prison that we build ourselves in? I mean, probably not. Maybe to him because of what's going on with him. I mean, if you read the book, but to me, no, like New York's amazing. Everything's there. The theater is there. Concerts is there. If you really want, you can see the ocean or the lake or whatever, you know. You could. I mean, you could definitely do that. I mean, I'm more of a, I love going to the rooftop bars, wearing a nice suit. I know right now it's not the most fanciest thing because I'm in my house, but that's what I like to do. I like going to the rooftops, you know, or like house music and stuff. And traveling is just, yeah, I love it, but I still gotta make content, so that's a little bit thing. But that's just one of the biggest things that I really loved about the movie. That scene, even though it lasted maybe like 10 minutes, was like the most relatable thing. Look, at the end of the day, I'm glad the movie came out, and I'm glad there's another material for me to read in terms of romance movies and romance books. Although it didn't really connect it with me, and I don't know why. I guess not every romance book does, or maybe because I've read so much of them and I saw so many of them in theaters and especially online. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a grade C. I'm so happy that it came out because I have the book and it's gonna be in my shelf for a while. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care. Bye.